Hey up everyone, welcome to a new video. Tonight we'll be out on rats. I'm going to go up to my local farm permission and I'll be targeting farmyard area. A couple of weeks ago you've seen my last video. I did a first light targeting corvids, a big pile of chips. And I did see rat activity on that, which is pretty unusual to find rats in a farmyard this time of year, unless the natural food's not very abundant. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to go and target that chip pile area because I know they'll be on it. Obviously frozen chips, or they were frozen chips, high in fat, and rats will love being in that area, feeding on them. While we've got some daylight, I'm just going to quickly run you through how I'd get set up. So obviously got my dive bottle here. I'm going to top my rifle up with air, so we'll crack on with that. Simple process. I've got a quick fill best fitting adapters on my hoses, so I can swap this between different rifles. Just put my adapter in there, make sure that's nice and secure. All I'm ever doing when I'm topping up is literally topping up. So if I've been shooting about 10-20 shots if you're lucky, and you're just slowly filling your rifle, topping your rifle back up. If you do it this way, you top up regularly, you don't do it from, you don't empty your rifle, slow it down a little bit. Let it fill up slowly. The slower it fills up, the better. You make sure you've got your rifle topped off fully then. Obviously I'm using Ultimate Sport tonight. As you all know, or most of you all know, it's Ratworks tuned, which means it's got a tension regulator fitted, which allows me to top up to 200 bar. If I top up to 200 bar, I'm getting somewhere in the region of about 100 shots per charge, which is ample for rats tonight. This farmyard is not particularly that busy when it comes to rats. I might be lucky to get 20. It'll be a productive night and it'll be good sport. I'll be a farmer, landowner, a big favour by controlling some of these rats. That's it, up to 200 bar on gauge, release your bleed valve. What you're doing by doing that is you're emptying all air out of hose, which makes it safe to take out. Adapter out, and then I've got like a little plug that comes with adapter kit, and that just stops any dirt and grime going into hose. Pop that on there. I always put my fill adapter in a plastic bag, again just stops any dirt or rubble getting on there and accidentally getting inside rifle. So now I've done that, what I always like to do, obviously I use ATM 4K scope. This needs charging up. It has got a 18 hour battery life, I think it is. But don't take any chances. What I'll do is I'll get my charger. Now back at scope, you have two ports. That one there is for charger and that one's for your SD card. I'll pop them open because what I want to do, got like little plastic, well little rubber covers on them. Stop any water egress and dirt getting inside scope. I'll put my charger in that one, and then I'll put my SD card in the other one. Obviously the SD card is for purposes of filming, so if you don't want to film you don't have to use it. Let's plug this in first. Let's get this into plug socket. And it's the same principle for me as what it would be filling up with air. So I'll just leave that on charge for an hour now. I know it's topped off battery then. Battery will be fully charged. I've got as many hours as I want out of that. SD card, so 4K Pro. Takes a micro SD card. Exactly the same as what goes into modern mobile phones. And then I'll just slot that in there as well. You know when it's in, So you'll just hear a slight click as it positions itself and it's locked in place. And just cover your little rubber cover. So that's that really. That'll charge for an hour, like I've said. Rifle's topped off with air, so I know I've got a good 100 shots. Zero's alright, I checked it earlier, it's bang on. In all honesty, my rifle's stored in an hard case and in a gun cabinet, so during transport it'll be in this hard case. I haven't had to re-zero for 6 months. I've obviously tested it, I've tried it, made sure I'm still bang on. But beauty about these 4K Pro scopes, when you zero up, you have a set of coordinates. So what I've done is I've recorded them coordinates, so if I'm out in field, rifle or scope combo takes a knock, zero gets thrown out, which can happen. It can happen to any rifle and scope, it don't have to be 4K. And all I've got to do is re-zero and dial into them coordinates, save them, and I'm back on zero. So really handy little feature. We've all been there, we've all had a fall, had a tumble, banged his rifle and knocked zero out, and then you're mucking about re-zeroing. You don't have to do right with this, like I just said. You can just simply put your coordinates and you bang on. So that's all that. Just quick run through a kit I'll use. I'm going to do some shooting out of car tonight. So I've got this shooting bag, and that goes on your windowsill, on frame of your window, and your rifle just rests on there, nice and comfy and nice and secure in place with 2 bags either side. It drops weight down. If it is quiet, or I might go for a wander, I'll go for a wander through farmyard, so I'll take my shooting sticks, Gen 2 Primos shooting sticks. Like I say, if it's quiet on rats, I might go for a wander, see if there's any rabbits knocking about in fields. So I'll take them with me, just in case. Always have a backup plan. Always be willing to adapt your tactics. So if rats aren't in abundance, or I've shot some and it goes quiet and there's none around farmyard, I'll go target different species. And lastly, really, obviously alongside this 4K Pro scope, you're going to need a good IR torch. You'll have seen some review videos from me, and this is Brineite dual purpose IR torch and normal torch. Let's get it out of this box. So this is Artemis T28. In this mode, it's on just normal white light. Then you've got IR 850, IR 940. Lovely, compact, lightweight, it's a clean lens. It's a plastic lens, which is good. I like that feature rather than glass. It kicks out some beautiful light at night, some IR light. So I've got that. And then it takes these type of batteries, 5000 mAh, and I've got 2 of them, which is ample. These last a long time. So with 2 of them in tow, I'm good. What I have got in here as well is a rat tail switch. So that attaches onto the stock of your rifle with a bit of Velcro. And you can adjust brightness and you can turn it on and off. So that's what I'll do with that. The Velcro's on right hand side of the rifle. Pop them away. What I do need to remember to take with me, here it is, one last bit of kit. I attach my IR torches with figure 8 clamp. So easy. You just loosen that off like that. Body of the torch will go in there. And then that attaches there perfectly. And you just tighten it all up. I found figure 8 clamps. They're sturdy, they're reliable, and they hold your torch in place perfectly. So that's it really, that's my kit rundown, that's my little setup. You know what I'm going to be getting up to. Like I say, I'll leave that on charge for an hour now, just top battery off, and I'm good to go. I'll be leaving house about probably 8 o'clock tonight, and then make sure I keep the pellets handy, and then I think starts going dark about 9 o'clock this evening. So then we should start getting into a bit of action. Pellets I use, as you'll know, or most people will know, is JSB Exact Heavies, 10.34 grain, and the 4.52 heads. These are absolutely fantastic out of my rifle. Magazines are kept in this magazine holder. Obviously they're empty until I get up to the farm. And then I'll fill them up when I'm up there. One last thing before I stop waffling. I just want to say a big thank you to Dean Morris. He's one of my subscribers all the way from New South West Australia. And I believe he made this knife a while ago. He sent me a skinning knife. I did use it last weekend, skin a rabbit and a squirrel. Great knife. I believe it took about 3 weeks in transport to get here all the way from Australia. So if you're watching, Dean, thank you very much. Really appreciate it, mate. I've already used it and I'll use it for years to come. It's absolutely fantastic. Perfect in hand. Nice thick blade on it, but it's nice and sharp. I'll give it a sharpen up. Won't be using that tonight. I don't intend on skinning or gutting any rats. But it's beautiful, that, mate. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Right, so that's all from me. Hopefully the rats turn up tonight. We'll get a bit of action and see how action unfolds in video later today. Hey up everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video I'm out early morning and we're targeting corvids, jackdaws, crows, magpies, whatever might come within range. I get permission before first light. I noticed some movement on my target area. At first I had seen rats, so I thought they were rats, but on closer inspection I realised it were a pair of hedgehogs. You can see they're a lot bigger. There were no tail, which were quite distinctive to me. But it's important that quarry recognition is recognised. That quite easily could have been a bad shot, mistaking that for a rat. Now here's a rat. This is one that caught my attention in first place. Nice clean kill, straight to brain box, and that's a satisfying start to morning's proceedings. Little flick around as normal, and it comes to rest. Here's the second rat. I'm actually in night mode with ATN 4K. It's about 10-15 minutes before first light. There's no IR involved and it's just good enough to make out a target area cleanly. Morning everyone. up at farmyard this morning. I'm just sat in farmyard, I'm sat in car. Last week when I were up here, there were loads of jackdaws, crows, magpies, all in and around farmyard. There's a little bit of I don't know if it's like salt lick. It's just a pile. It's got some silage mixed in. I'm sure it's some salt lick for cattle as well. It seems to be attracting them down. I got here before first light like I normally do when I'm targeting corvids. I could just make out 2 rats on pile. So I managed to take them nice and clean. I've left them out there because that might attract a few more magpies and stuff down. So let's see what happens. It's not going too bad so far. After them first couple of rats, I had a young crow come down. I slowly moved rifle into position. I took that one out on a long shot, nice and clean. So really good start so far. Really happy. So after taking that magpie, what I decided to do was set it out as a decoy. I left them 2 rats from first thing this morning, just where they lay. I set magpie up, just like it were looking curious and taking interest in rats. That's first rat. They're quite big rats them as well, to be fair, once we got close up. You'll see that this tactic worked perfectly a little bit later on in the video. There's a million starlings. Unfortunately in UK, they're off limits. They're a protected species. So the majority of these are young. But it's just about all of them younger thing. If you look at them, you look at the plumage. What they are doing, they're acting as live decoys. So hopefully, might bring a few jackdaws or magpies in. Let's see what turns up. But it's going well so far. A few crows down, magpie, couple of rats, wood pigeon. Only problem now, it's got to be about 28 degrees already. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Sweltering, this ain't helping. But what do you do when you're shooting COVID? You've got to have your face covered, otherwise they'll see the white little flakes of skin and they'll be off before you get a chance for a shot. I'm considering just moving. Farmers are building a couple of new barns. Inside one of the barns is a trailer. I've just been told it's full of bread, so I might make my way up there, see if I can tuck myself into a barn, get in a bit of shade. It's a little bit cooler as well. I've got to do a pickup, but I've got Louis the bull about 20 yards away from me. It makes me nervous. I've seen wall that he knocked down, so I'm hoping he's going to clear off, go back into the barn, but it looks like he's stuffing his face at the minute, so it might be a run the gauntlet time. So I've moved into a new position, and you can see this trailer's full of old loaves of bread. Starlings are loving it. I keep monitoring area. I've seen a lot of activity, and let's see what turns up. As I'm looking around, scanning area, I notice a young crow come to rest on one of the railings. Compose the shot, release the pellet. It's a nice clean kill. So what I've done, moved this trailer here, is full of bread. You see a couple of crows sat on the roof, a couple come straight into the trailer now. Let's see what we can do. Just see it hiding behind that starling. About where the crosshairs are now. There. There. Down. I'm really pleased with that shot. You can see pellet in flight with sunlight. It struck home nice and clean. So this new spot proving fruitful. Got a couple of young crows and an older crow. Starlings are back, which is good because it encourages other things to come in, like live decoys, and I mentioned before they are protected, so these can't be shot in UK, they can be shot in Northern Ireland.
I was talking to a farmer not long back and he likes to see them. He likes murmuration when they all flock up at night and go to roost. It is quite a good sight, to be honest with you. I've got no appetite to shoot these starlings. Before I left, I had one last look at Chip Pile. This character came down. Just to be exact, straight to engine room. Made short work of that crow. So that's my session come to an end. So there, 1, 2, 3, 4 crows, magpie, wood pigeon, another crow and 2 jackdaws, a counted cover and a couple of rats as well. So a really good session this morning. Ultimate Sporter performing beautifully as usual. Time to get home, time to get chilled out. So what was my justification for shooting these crows and corvids on this morning? Protecting songbirds, any birds that are on red list. There's a high population, all different species on this particular permission that I'm protecting. And secondly, as you could see, they were eating bread and eating that pile of chips, and that's a food source for cattle. So I'm protecting livestock feed as well as protecting all these beautiful little birds. I'm sure cattle appreciate my efforts, and particularly these birds will, because they'll be able to bring up a few more extra broods this year. Repopulate in areas where they've been severely damaged and the population suffered because of COVID populations. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next one.